Hey Gemini, this is Lee from Ephemeris Cartomancy, and today we are going to do your weekly love cartoscope. Boop, 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 boop. No jumpers, please. Weekly love cartoscope for the third week of June for Gemini. So helpful information, guidance, and support for Gemini's love life and emotional body for the third week of June, please. Okay. First, getting the cards out, as usual. Then obsessing about the frame. You know the deal by now, right, guys? No, 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 no. Especially not that one. Okay. All right. Pretty much within frame, right? Right. Okay. So, Gemini. Whew. Okay. I am feeling for you a strong Virgo energy here. Your energy as well, which makes sense. I'm also feeling Aquarius energy, a lot of that. Cancer, Pisces, Sagittarius. Okay? Okay, so Gemini, I am hearing decisions. Something here needs to be decided upon, something needs to be addressed, something needs to be taken in one direction or another. We are clearly dealing with an ongoing struggle here to keep a commitment going, to keep a relationship going, to keep a connection going. I'm seeing a lot of competition. You've been dealing with a lot of potential suitors of someone, or someone on whom people kind of tend to hit on a lot. Even if you haven't been actually committed, though I do get the vibe of a committed relationship, and a long-lasting one at that. But even if you haven't been actually committed, just really dating or just being sort of exclusive but not really established as a couple, maybe in your social circles or in your family life or whatever, you've been dealing with a lot of competition there, or you are constantly tormented or worked up about potentially having a lot of competition. There's a strong vibe of that. A lot of fear, which is not really like you, so it's not really your type of energy. It may be your partner's energy, but either way, there's a strong vibe here of multiple options, multiple possibilities, multiple choices, and there's an indecision here, in fact, about sticking to one direction. There's an indecision here when it comes to actually taking things further, taking things one step further in one direction. I'm getting a strong vibe of two, could be a third party situation going on here, or actually more than a third, like a fourth or fifth. Even if there is no active relationship being engaged on more than one front, I am seeing someone revisiting or considering multiple choices, multiple options here. There's a vibe of having a hard time deciding, It's a sense of, I could do this, I could do that, I could go here, I could go there, I could go everywhere, pretty much. So there's a strong sense of too many options. It's like a bit of a joyride, right? A bit of a power surge, a bit of an ego trip. Someone is maybe even mentioning the fact that, oh, I have so many suitors, or oh, this and this and this and that other person is sitting on me, and that kind of a vibe, right? It's upsetting to me. So this either is you being that way towards an intended or current partner, or your intended or current partner is being that way towards you. It's an upsetting vibe. And it makes me feel as if, oh, so it's all equal measure for you. I am just as good as anyone else for you. That means I don't really mean much to you, right? So if we are all equal choices for you, then where do I stand? Where do we stand as a couple when faced with those options? And by and large as well, where do we stand? So is this simply a joyride? Is this simply a fun time for you? Am I too involved while you are simply having fun? There's that kind of a vibe here. And there's a sense of being betrayed somehow. There's a sense of being left out. There's a sense of being unappreciated, underappreciated, disrespected somehow, or truly not seen for how good or how significant or how important you really are in someone's life. There's a bit of an energy here of taking things for granted, and I don't really think it's your energy, to be honest, because I feel so much frustration. I'm kind of tapped into you, most likely. So there's a lot of frustration here. There's a lot of frustration about all of these choices, all of these options, all of these potentials, and how not even one of them, including myself as I would be that option, not even one of those choices actually meaning more. It's a letdown. I'm hearing letdown. It's a letdown here. So whoever is being let down is sort of becoming more closed off, more of an introvert. There might be some distancing going on. We could be talking about seeing each other less often, or talking to each other less often, or maybe even thinking about someone less often than previously, because this is such a letdown, like a rude wake-up call, like an unpleasant, painful wake-up call going on here. And there's a sense of, I really do have feelings for you, so I'm overly involved and you are overly uninvolved, pretty much. And what am I supposed to do with that? Where am I supposed to go from here? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to deal with it? There's the sense of, I would rather just go into a no contact situation. So, or your partner is gonna be, or intended partner is gonna have that vibe of, this is getting too complicated, this is getting way out of hand, this was just a fling, or this was just a sense of having fun. Right now I'm not feeling the connection that emotionally. This person is really involved, this person really caught the feels for me. I'm not really on that vibe right now. I'm not really ready for that. Very likely a sense of exiting. I'm actually hearing exit stage left. So someone is going to, at the very least, contemplate, even if not even act upon the decision to make a run for it, pretty much, because it's getting too complicated and way out of hand, and this person is really not well equipped to deal with it. See, yeah. In fact, this connection wasn't even truly meant to last or to happen. This was a karmic connection. This was a karmic lesson, a karmic bond, in that you are supposed to learn some lessons, you are supposed to understand some things, and move on. There's a lesson here about how involved you get with whom, and how to gauge someone's interest in a true connection rather than a fling, for instance. I'm getting a vibe of that as well. It's not that you're taking things too seriously, it's that you need to make wiser choices about who you are taking those things seriously with. For some of you, this is the ending of a committed relationship for sure, via that person pretty much developing an interest in other people, or actually asking for a break, or telling you that they want to see other people. This is the ending, clearly the ending of a relationship, even if you were committed, and in fact even if you were married, this is a likely time of endings. Something may have been discovered somehow, some way, and this is not the place they want to be here right now. This is not the connection they want to have right now. It's not the role they want to play right now. I'm really getting a strong vibe of that. When it comes to committed relationships and marriages, I am seeing that someone is trying to really work on saving the connection. So someone is really trying to go seek couples therapy, for instance, trying to ask for advice, trying to get some sort of feedback from someone else, trying to give it another shot and another shot. So this is someone who really doesn't want to give up on the connection, but I'm feeling a lot of one-sided energy with that, guys. So not sure if you are both that into it. One of you certainly is very into it, but I'm not entirely sure if both of you are into that idea of making things work. There is a strong vibe here of not wanting to give up, not wanting to end the connection, the marriage, the relationship, whatever it is, even the fling, if that's what it was seen as. You've met each other, I think, in other lives. You've been together with each other in other lives, but in this life, at least one of you is not ready for that kind of a commitment, that kind of a relationship. So you are trying to make it work. You would like to try to spend more time together. You're frustrated because something about spending more time together cannot work out, or won't work out the way you are hoping it would. You're trying to reconcile somehow. You're trying to rekindle the connection. I'm not really seeing it working. Even if you manage to go someplace together or do something together, I'm not gonna say I'm seeing much luck with it, to be honest, because even if someone is gonna go along for that ride, they are not on the true vibe here. This was more like warm-up, to be honest. I'm hearing warm-up, a warm-up for a future connection. That's what I'm feeling here. Because this is a huge lesson for you and your partner as well, but you're the one I care about more right now, right, when I'm doing the reading. This is a lesson in commitment, in how you deserve to be treated, how someone should be treating you, how a loving partner would manifest, how a loving connection would manifest. That's too many, guys. Okay. And you saw how the reconciliation card was the one who was pushed out of the way. So yeah, this is not a connection in which you should be staying. however long it may have lasted for. There's a time and a place for some stuff, and yeah, this is your time and place to heal yourself and keep going. To be honest, that's a clear vibe I'm getting here for you. For some of you, this is going to be bad news. I know that you wanted things to last. I know that you wanted this to be maybe even your happily ever after. Some of you were kind of counting on that. I'm feeling the vibe, but this is not the person. This is not the time. They are not ready for that kind of a vibe, that kind of a connection. They are not ready to take on that kind of a responsibility. Unfortunately, you cannot be ready enough for the both of you. So yeah, there's no way. There's no way you can make it work right now. They need to do a lot of growing up, emotionally speaking. And I'm not feeling that they would be entirely too open to it, so it may take forever and always for them to do that kind of growing up. You, on the other hand, are ready for that kind of a connection. You are ready for that kind of a true soul connection. And that's why you are going to get an upgrade here. You are going to come into a true love connection quite quickly after this one ends, I'm feeling. Or you will meet that person pretty soon after this connection ends. Some of you might actually know them already. Let's see your affirmation for this week, Gemini. What's Gemini's affirmation for this week? Gemini's affirmation for the week. Okay. Beautiful. Opal. Joy. My soul sings and dances to the vibration of joy. Which to me means, Gemini, that you shouldn't let this bring you down. This is one step along the way. This is one step along a long way. Don't make this the end all be all connection. Don't make this the end all be all relationship. You are pretty much in line for something much greater, much better suited to your soul's point of evolution. This partner just wasn't on the vibe with you, and you cannot put someone forcefully on your vibe, right? You cannot get someone to a higher vibe just because you will it to happen. And in fact, they cannot simply get there by willing it to happen either. And I'm not getting the vibe that they're even willing it to happen. They're just on a lower vibe than you. It's not a good time for it. The person in themselves might be a good choice at some point along your life's path, but this is not the time for it. Move on and focus on yourself, focus on healing, focus on making yourself happy and being committed to yourself first and foremost. And let everything else work itself out this way or the other. Okay, Gemini? These were your messages for this week. If the reading resonated with you, please do hit the like button. If it didn't, hit the dislike button. If you feel you vibe with me, for which I'm very happy, gently tap the subscribe button somewhere around here. Thank you for choosing to be part of my soul tribe this week. I hope you will choose to do the same thing next week as well. Until then, I'm sending you much, 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 much love and light, and we'll be seeing you soon, okay? Bye.